Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another one of my Dr. Terror walkthrough videos. Today is the 12th of November 2015 for those of you that are watching in a year's time or whenever you may be. But let's go ahead and take him on the Volcano Island with our warriors. That's the strategy that we use, of course. In the meantime, I've upgraded the weapons lab up to level 5, so we've pretty much maxed out everything that we can that's really hard to max out. And then now all we need to do is just upgrade a lot of these defenses. I think it's going to take us about a good couple of months, at least 4 months I'd say, supposedly, just to start upgrading a lot of these defenses. So we'll have to wait and see how long that takes us. But let's go ahead and take on Terror Stage 1 today on the Volcano Island. Now, Headquarters has 160,000 health because it's already level 21. They're not making it easy for us today, though, are they? But what we're going to do, drop down, let's see, I'll drop down all my warriors because this is going to be quite a bit to take down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use a flare as well just to distract or bring our guys back over to the left because some will go over to the flamethrower. So let's come up over there. Oh, flamethrower attacks but doesn't manage to actually get anyone, which is nice. Then we'll go ahead and flare onto here. That supply point, sorry, not here, because you guys wouldn't know where here is. Then we go onto the headquarters. All we really need to do is just shock that machine gun, and we should be good. The sniper tower might be able to pick off one or two guys if we're a low level, but want to get through these stages pretty simply. I mean, there's not too much strategy involved yet, and that's usually for stages 5, 6, and 7, where the difficulty definitely ramps up. Alright, so over here, we know exactly what we're going to do. Again, we're going all the way around the left-hand side. I'll drop all my guys again. Gonna have to get one flare ready because they are going to move over to all those defenses, which we do not want. Well, actually, some already move over to the left, which is actually very smart of them. But we'll go ahead and just harvest all of this gunboat energy so we can use that. What I'll do is send in a barrage just on top of all of these mines. Barrage due to the fact just to get rid of all the mines, and also because we're going to have so much gunboat energy, we might as well use it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is probably shock here already once. That way we'll actually be able to destroy that machine gun, hopefully. And then we'll get onto the headquarters. Start shocking the shock launchers. Wow. Because we destroyed all these supplies, I think the headquarters had very little health, and we even get a crystal there. So yeah, that's why it's always good to go ahead and destroy a lot of these supplies if there are many, because you also destroy a little bit of the headquarters health. It takes down a certain percentage, which is really, really nice. Did I not lose anyone there? I thought I did. I would have thought I did because the boom cannon was shooting at us, but clearly not. It seemed like for a second like I did lose a few people, but I guess not. That was pretty lucky, I'd guess. Alright, so over here, what I'm going to do is drop a barrage just on the bottom of this bunker because I want to get rid of that boom mine, and we do fairly well. We do miss one supply, but that's alright. Now, how are we going to get our guys? I'm going to get them all the way over here. And they should all move onto this supply point. And indeed they do. They should. You never know though, with their pathing sometimes. Alright, so now I'll go up onto this bunker. And I'll probably just flare the whole way there. You don't really need to flare the whole way there actually. It's a bit of a waste of gunboat energy. Maybe just flare onto that bunker and, smoke that bunker as well. Now we go ahead and get our guys onto the headquarters. And I think all I'll really do is just shock once. Yeah, that's all you really need to do on these cannons and that rocket launcher. And hopefully you might even be able to get that sniper tower. I don't think so. That's pushing it. It is pushing it. Alright. Now because we're so strong, we get through that really quickly yet again. Stage 3 down. Can't complain. Alright, I'm getting a lot of crystals and shards and everything today, which is also a great big help. That's the one thing money can't buy in this game. So if you have a victory point boat, which I actually must have, yeah, I did take it today. I took some, what did I, oh, no, I don't want to speed that up. I took, what are these called? Dark shards. I always get the fragments and shards mixed up. Alright, let's get into, we'll scout it out, Terra Stage 4. And we'll see what's happening. Alright, very barren. Not many trees around today. And the headquarters doesn't have all that much health. Now, I think what I'll do is hang around the right hand side. We'll probably have to double select the beach because of all these mortars. And then we'll just go around the right and we should be good. But what I'll do first off is, let's see. I don't think we'll get all 5 of these supplies though. As long as we get 4, we're still in a surplus though, right? So I'll shoot this right there. Alright, are we going to get... Yes, there we go. Beautiful. So it is possible to get all 5 with a well-placed barrage. What I'll do is, let's see. I'll get rid of all of these mines just in case. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Alright, now it should be fairly easy. So what I'm going to do is... drop all our guys on the very right hand side. And I'll flare them onto the bunker if they actually want to... What am I doing? I thought I selected the flare, but clearly it wasn't working for me. Alright. That was a bit unfortunate. Anyways. I swear I selected the flare, but it didn't register, so obviously I wasn't doing it properly. Alright. On to the headquarters we go. I use quite a bit of smoke here, actually. Probably too much, but to be quite honest, once you get to the headquarters with your warriors, you don't really need to do anything. What I will do, though, is just shock over here, just to hopefully get that sniper tower and that boom cannon. But if you're pushing it, if you're at a lower level, you can just go ahead and let your warriors do their own thing. And they should be alright, because there's not enough things to actually attack them to worry about, I'd say. Oh wow, look at that, another dark crystal today. Look at our luck. Now, for those of you that are still fairly new, like you're in the mid game or around level 30 or so, you'd probably already got your first couple of masterpieces. And one masterpiece I really recommend is the Power Stone Chance masterpiece. Got it at 59%, which is fairly decent. I think they go up to 75% though, I think. Or 70%. They got pretty high. And that really helps you out. You don't really need to boost it, but it's just a passive type of statue. The more you play, the more it adds up in benefit. Alright, anyways, let's get on to stage 5. How are we going to get up to here? I think probably the best bet is just to go up the right hand side, although there is a shock launcher over here, so maybe around the right. I mean, sorry, the left. Don't know my right's from left today. Alright, we'll go around the left instead, just to stay away from that shock launcher. That's definitely going to be in range as well, that shock launcher. Okay. So what I'm going to do is send a barrage in here, which get that supply point, and it clears out a lot of these mines. I'm also going to get rid of these mines as well. There we go, the boom mine, that's probably the most important, I think, because I don't want to lose my warriors. And we'll just flare over here. Let's see, what are we going to anchor to? I guess up over onto this sniper tower. Okay, smoke twice as we get up there. Actually go onto the crystal solution, as they call that supply point, and then we'll flare onto the headquarters. Leave a bit of space here just to save up a bit of gunboat energy, because nothing can attack us there. There we go. Alright, we're definitely going to have to shock these mortars. They're going to be a massive pain if you let them go, and we'll have to go get that shock launcher as well. Alright, I'm just going to throw the rest of the heals down that I've got. Throw down my artillery if it gets there in time. Ooh, I think that artillery might have finished it off actually, which was quite nice. Alright, fairly simple stage. As long as you get those mortars and that shock launcher, you should be good. I threw a lot of heals down at the end there. Alrighty, so we're on to stage 6, and I am at my wit's end with this stage, so I've had enough, and I'm going to go ahead and boost to my troop damage masterpiece. Yes, on stage 6. I have not been able to beat this stage. Well, I know I can, but it'll be very, very close. So let's have a look at how many times I've actually tried attacking this. Quite a few times. Yes, as you can see. But let's go ahead and get right into it, and this time, there's no doubt that we will succeed. Because with that troop damage, will definitely pass. So, anyways, we've got a headquarters at level 18 with 250,000 health with the boosts. What we're going to do is just go straight up in a straight line, pretty much from this flamethrower, then onto the machine gun, and then onto the headquarters. We will go ahead and clear out these mines right up around these two cannons. We'll also go destroy the supplies on the bottom right, as well as the top left. So let's go give this a shot. Given this a shot more than enough times, and it is very infuriating to say the least. So what I'm going to do is aim my barrage just, well, to the bottom of the center of the cannon, because I do need to make sure I do get the 2 boom mines. We actually get a little bit of gunboat energy extra from that cannon being destroyed. I do have maxed out for my level headquarters 20 artillery, so I think they go up to level 16. The barrage goes up to level 16. And now, okay. So let's go ahead and drop a smoke like so and a smoke like so. Drop all of our guys. Wait until most of them get under the smoke and then flare onto the flamethrower. Then we'll go ahead and flare onto the machine gun. Okay, we're in business here, baby. Look at this. There we go. 38 gunboat energy to muck around with. This is much better than my previous attempts. Even the pathing was actually much better this time. I haven't been attacked as much. So I'm going to drop a heal and get both of these shock launchers. And then I'm able to drop another heal. And here we go. We got this in the bag, no doubt. Look at that. And to think, I kept on losing this stage as well. So yeah, I definitely recommend, even if you're at my level, probably going ahead and boosting your warriors, unless there's a much better path. But that was one infuriating stage, let me tell you that. Alright, what we're going to do, because I don't want to keep on recording more and more, I'm going to gem my warriors. I know some of you guys hate that, but believe me, I've been recording so much. This episode 6, or the stage 6, it's not fun anymore. So, thankfully, though, we're up to stage 7, and oh lordy. Alrighty, we're going to have to wait it out. Actually, no, we're not, because after all, I got all my guys. What am I on about? Alright, so let's go give this a shot. Wow. I'm just shocked at how much health it's got. That's quite a bit. Thankfully, there's a lot of gunboat energy about. But still, that is a lot of health. 160 plus 374,000. So, I mean, we should be alright with the shocks, actually. Okay. Alright, well. Let's go ahead and attack and give this a shot. I don't think we're going to do too well the first time. Have to give this a couple of test runs, I think. But what I'm going to do is drop one barrage up over here, and hopefully we'll get a lot of these supplies. That's alright. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and just drop 2 smokes. Get our guys under the smoke and then flare onto the sniper tower. And smoke up onto that mortar. And then we'll go flare our guys there. And then it's pretty smooth sailing up onto the headquarters. I think what I'll do is I'll just use one more smoke. Yep. And that seems like it'll work well for us. Beautiful. Nothing gets a shot off. And there we go with all 64 of our warriors. So let's go use at least 3 shocks. Well, here. And like so. And then I'm going to throw a couple of heals down. Alright. Now, actually, I really needed that troop damage boost, because that should help us pull through with all that extra boost that this stage has got. Seems like we'll be able to pull through. Here we go. I'm very fortunate I did boosts, actually. Wow. Yeah, stage 6, definitely not very fun at all. Very frustrating to say the least, but we got there in the end. Of course, also I had a bit of a wardrobe change. I don't think you guys, I don't think I told you that, but had a bit of boxing training early in the morning on a Thursday, so that's why the wardrobe change was in effect. But that is how I'd go about doing the Dr. Terra on what's today? The 12th of November, 2015 at that. So let's go get our warriors back, and we'll be back again hopefully tomorrow. Maybe with some Hammermen attacking us. I'm starting to upgrade the defenses slowly but surely.